Hey, it's your homeboy Tim Beecham. This is my first video of the new year, and there's not going to be another video on social media like this. You just want to talk about a revenge video. This is going to be the best revenge video ever. And let me go back by saying that 2020 was so unpredictable. It was ridiculous. I would have bet the farm on that in the United States of America, we would have never have to face a day in time where we were hoarding toilet paper. I would have never guessed that in a million years. But just a quick rundown of 2020 for me, just to show you what kind of twists and turns it had, and hopefully you find some inspiration in it, and you'll understand why I am making this revenge video. Because I'm going to put some people on blast here in this video, and it's going to sting. It's going to sting a lot. It's going to hurt. What 2020 started out with, I was doing a commercial real estate deal, and when you do a commercial real estate deal, they periodically check your credit just to make sure you don't do anything stupid throughout the deal and that the deal's still good. I get a call. Hey, I thought I told you that not to do anything stupid. Don't make any big purchases. I didn't. Now, this is January 2020. Someone had stole my identity, and I was going bananas with it. Killed my credit. I mean, just in a matter of weeks. And I'm like, okay, that's fixable. Now, I lost out on the deal. Now, to me, I just looked at it as, well, the deal wasn't meant to be. One thing for sure, there's real estate deals every day. So let me work on getting my credit together. Meanwhile, let me work on some of my other goals that I have going. And my main thing for 2020 was increasing my cash flow. So I said, okay, we moved on. So I had another goal with my internet marketing business that I wanted to hit so many clients before the end of the year, which would bring in the cash flow that I wanted. I was one client away from hitting that goal in March. April comes through and everything shuts down. I get the Dear John letter from a client said that it's not you, it's me. No, they said that they were closing down. And that hit kind of hard. And I want you to imagine this. The next time you get a paycheck or any kind of check that you have, imagine take 41% of that check and just delete it. And that's where I was at. I had lost 41% of my revenue by the end of April of 2020. So I'm like, okay, that's a tough pill to swallow. So I said, okay, well, everything that happens to serve me, and I may not understand it. It's not the universe. It's not for me to try to figure it out, but it's for me to go with the flow and be creative enough to figure out other ways, because the revenue's there, money's always there. Just because the pandemic hit didn't mean that the money stopped. You know what I mean? It didn't affect the money. I just had to find a different way to generate revenue. And one of the quickest ways to generate revenue is by finding a way to serve and help people, and you can make more. You can always make money. So I said, okay, well, let me give them a job and start doing that. Then I was trying to recover because, like I said again, it wasn't. I mean, of course, losing any 41% of your money hurts, but it was so much. I usually compete against myself to hit in different levels and to reach different goals. But when the pandemic hit, it was like I couldn't fight against that. I couldn't out compete against the pandemic. So it was something that I think none of us was prepared for. None of us was looking forward to. You turn on the news, it's a disaster. Everybody blaming each other. Countries blaming each other. No, he did it. No, he did it. Like some little kids. That's okay. News blackout. Let's get on the ball. And here come the old faithful family stabbing me in the back. Family members were stabbing me in the back like Chucky dolls. Now, not all family members, but the ones that know who you are. You know who you are. You know who you are, don't you? Well, everybody knows who you are, because the way I found out you stabbed me in the back, because family members was calling telling on you. Well, I said, okay. I said, you know something? Everything happens for a reason. I was getting tougher and tougher, this belief structure of mine. Everything happens for a reason. That reason is to serve me. I may not understand all the time, but I know that it is there. It's not meant for me to have, or it's not meant to be, or it is meant to be. I said, okay, let's get rolling. So I started going out consulting and helping some of these companies navigate their way through the pandemic and still being able to leverage the power of the internet and I also increased my prices through that. So everything is kind of looking like it was about to start getting back on track. Then I get a call from an accountant, business partner. I told you every time an accountant calls, it's always bad news. the business partner has stole some money from me, had been stealing from me, but because of the pandemic, the stuff started to catch up with him. And that kind of hurt. It wasn't so much the money in that fact, it's the fact when you trust somebody and they steal from you. And he should have known that you don't have to steal from me. You could have just asked me, I would have gave it to you. Your friendship meant more to me than you stealing from me. So again, I have to say everything happens for a reason. That reason is to serve me, whether I understand it or not. And I have to go with, that's my belief, that's my faith structure, and I roll with that. So okay, here I go again, about to go out. Then I decided as we were wrapping up 2020 and 2021, I'm going to seek revenge on everybody that done something to me, or even if they didn't. Anybody that's watching this video, I'm going to curse them. I want to put a curse on everybody, family, friends, students of mine, social media followers, haters, trolls. I'm going to curse everybody. I'm going to curse everybody because I hope and I pray that in 2021 that you have the most prosperous year that you ever had in your life. And for those of you that I know that we talked to who's going through relationship struggles, I hope that you find the love of your life. And those family members that were stabbing me in the back, lying on me, you know who you are, claiming to be Christians, I wish you the best. I hope that you get everything that you deserve out of life. I want to see you do good, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And what 2020 has showed me is that no matter what life throws at me, I'm strong enough to survive it, and I'm strong enough to stand up against it, and I'm strong enough to keep prospering. Because I wasn't doing as good as I was, but I'm not hurting for anything. I don't have to borrow from anybody. I don't need anything. I'm self-sufficient. So I want to see everybody else share that with me. Those that, I know some people that was struggling financially. I hope that you get it together. I hope that you make some good investments this year in 2021. Quit looking at what's going on in the world as being a negative thing. Everything happens for a reason, and that reason is to serve you. You just have to look at it differently. Embrace change instead of throwing stones. And I look at some of I'm not a big stock investor, but I did pretty good in some of the stocks based on the pandemic. Some of the stocks would have never done some of the things they would have done, that they have done if it wasn't for this pandemic. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. So I hope in 2021, I want to seek revenge on everybody by wishing them a prosperous year and praying that they get everything that they deserve. And I don't mean that in a negative way or a malice way. If you're struggling financially, I hope you find financial abundance. If you're struggling in the relationship that you're in, I'm hoping that you find the strength to get out of it and make space for somebody that deserves you. Whatever it is, I want you to have a prosperous 2021, and that's my revenge, my curse that I put on everybody for 2021.